The Western Cape Agriculture Department is worried about the citrus harvest and farming communities locked in towns. That's as heavy rains continue to lash the province and are forecast to continue for 2 more days.
Number one priority is to protect life and also to protect livelihoods. For us it is important that we do not lose lives, because that's the number one priority for us. Secondly, as Yanni has indicated, the harvest season for us is important, particularly the citrus farmers now in this area, but also some of the other commodities. But this is a citrus region, particularly largely, but not exclusively. We also know that South Africa is the second biggest exporter of citrus fruit in the world after Spain, and this is a major citrus region, so we are particularly concerned about the harvest. And thirdly, for us, it is also to protect the farming communities in this area as a result of this flood. As Yanni has indicated, particularly some of these farming communities have no other access and have been locked in their local towns. And therefore, the fourth priority for us now is to make sure that our road infrastructure is restored, and that this is a key focus for us. And that's why my colleague, the Minister of Infrastructure, Minister Simmons, is working around the clock to make sure that we create access to other towns, particularly to the restoration of the infrastructure, particularly as it relates to citrus dulse, since this was massively hit, and there are some work as we speak currently taking place. Obviously, it is very difficult to manage some of this road infrastructure if it is continued to rain, but we are working around the clock to make sure that we restore the infrastructure. The infrastructure specifically in the towns that needs access roads to the markets, because that for us is very important, because the Western Cape is responsible for 55% of South Africa's agricultural exports. So the road access to the harbour, from the harvesting to the road to the harbour in Cape Town, for us is very important. So that is also currently taking a key focus of our strategy.
The Western Cape Agriculture MEC also says the floods have left farming communities on the west coast in dire straits. The communities in question were also hard hit by the COVID-19 pandemic, the war in Ukraine and drought.
And farming communities in this area just came out of COVID-19. It had a huge negative impact on agriculture in this region. Then it was followed by the implications of the war in Ukraine, massive negative knock-on effect on the production capability of agriculture. And we know that in these areas we had for the last 7 years, particularly in the area of Matikama, severe droughts for the last 8 years, and now this extensive floods in the whole of the west coast. Major towns have been disconnected, and so we are facing a massive disaster.